Hey, guitar people. I just moved. Look at this place. I'm in Martinsburg, West Virginia. I'll have to show you around the town. It's a cool town. It's all old. It's the historic district. I got a cool kind of a jump blues thing today. It's in the key of C, and we're going to jump into it. Let's just go. I don't have a lot to say. All right, so slow playthrough here with the tabs up would be something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... So in this lesson, there's a lot of major that's mixed with the minor. It's more of a blues, so we have a lot more of like the minor tonality to it in our lead playing, which gives it like a gritty kind of like feel to it. So what we're doing here is just C7, F7 or F9, C7, G7 or G9, and then it goes up to the A flat, and back to the C. So like from that G, you just slide it up a half step, and you're back to your home base at C. Let's check this out. Now there's a couple of cool things in here, but there's one thing in particular that I'm really excited to show you guys. And I'm going to get to it. And when I get to it, I'm going to spend a little bit of time because it's like pretty simple, but it's really cool. All right, so something worth talking about when we're playing a blues. This is really important because it sounds so good. It sounds very sophisticated, and you want to know, you want to sound like you know what you're doing, and so do I. So that's why I do it. And I learned it from Slash. Not personally, because I don't know Slash, but I learned it from Guitar Hero 3 when they have the Slash battle. In my 20s when I was playing Guitar Hero, the video game. And something that he did in that song for the game was this, and it sounded so good, I stole it. And at the time, I didn't understand why it sounded so good. I just knew it sounded really good. But now I know why, and I'm going to show you why. So check this out. When you're going to your 4 chord, that is in the key of C major, it's our F chord, right here. Of course, you go to the G, the 5 chord, and back to the 1. Right? But so when you go to your F chord, look what note is in that chord. I'm holding down like a power chord, like this. You know, I'll get my fingers out of the way, and And then with like this finger, I'm making a bar and I'm playing 3 strings. I'm playing. And that top string, I'm skipping the high E. Our B string at the fret number 10, can't think or talk, is an A note. And that is the major third of our F chord. I bent that a little bit. There we go. And what we do is when we change onto that, I give it a half step bend and let it fall down slowly. Whoops. And here, let me like zoom in here. All right, so this is what I'm doing, right? We got like that's when we change onto our F chord. And what you're doing is you're taking the A note here and you're harmonizing that against the F. You could think of it as like against like the F bass note, even though we're playing a chord, but it stands out because you're playing it as like a guitar solo, right? And so when you do that half step bend, what you're doing is if you played an F chord like this, right? And you use your pinky and hammer down on the G string and make it an F suspended chord. And that harmonizes against the F, and it sounds like very sophisticated. It sounds like you know what you're doing, and I want to know what I sound. I want to sound like I know what I'm doing, and I bet you do too. So that's why I do it. Hey, real quick, I forgot to put this in. I'm in some different clothes now, but I got to throw this in because I meant to say this and I totally forgot. So you can think of it as that F suspended, but there's also a second way to think about this. And it's like because you're going from your C chord into your F chord. Well, if you look at that, the B flat over the C major chord, that is here's your like C note. It's the flat 7 of C. So if you imagine the groove, and then when you go to the F, it's the major third of F. So it works in a cool, like kind of way like that. I'll put it in the flat 7 of the C. Right? It just works really awesome that way, and I think it's cool. I love it, so that's why I use it, and you should too. And yeah, it's nice to like understand some music theory. Now I don't know everything in music theory because there's so much, but I know enough to get me by. And it helps if you understand why stuff works the way it does. Like when I was saying, like when I was in my 20s, I didn't understand it. I knew, if I'm playing here, I just do a bend right here. And that's what I knew. But now I understand why that happens, and it's more interesting to me. And then, I don't know, it just makes like sense in my brain. But anyway, so what we got happening here is, we start on our root note of the chord of the key, C. And we got starting on the end of 2 at the end of our phrase. So we got a 1, flat 3, a major 3, a perfect 4th, flat 5, just a chromatic run, a perfect fifth, and that is actually, it'd be like doing this. Slide it up, but instead of sliding up to the G on the G string, I'm just going to go up to string number 2. Flat 7. And then you kind of go back down, but like you're skipping a couple things. That's a major 6 there. So right here, you're going to have a bounce between our major 6 and our root note. That E flat is going to be your minor 3. So we got a major 6 and our 1, and then our flat 3, and then our major 3 right there. And you're going to have to use all of your fingers. You can't, I don't think you can play that unless you use all of your fingers. Because I'm doing it like this. And then I flip up to my, for my pointer finger. So this part's cool. And then I'm using my pointer and my pinky. And then I switch to like this one here, and I go to fret 10 and slide it up to 12. And that gets me in line for all 3 of these. And then I do a roll onto the G string. So let's see that. Right? And then when you get to here, that's all played over the G9 chord. So I'm imagining all of these notes against a G9 chord, right? So what that is like if you think of a G major, like simplify it. Instead of thinking about a 9, think about it like a G major. And what that is, well, our notes of G major are G, B, D. So we're going to go up to the E, that's our major 6. And we're going to walk down from our major 6, flat 6. This is really weird. Although it's only for a split second, so it's okay. And then our perfect fifth, sorry. And then we go to our B. It's in the chord. It's our major 3, flat 3. Our A is our 2 or our 9, right? Because that's in our 9 chord. It's right here. That F right there. And like I'm just using these as like passing tones, right? That will be our flat 7. The D is in our chord. And then we go to the C. And then we just end that on, like, because here's our G, our 1. And we end that on our 2, flat 2, And there's our 1, our G. That is a like super stock lick in blues, and this part's over our C major chord, C7, and I'm just doing a minor to major 3, 5, 1, flat 7 to 6, flat 7 to 6, 5, and then like one of these, like a hammer on from major to from minor into major. It's a 1 to the flat 7 into 1, and then I just go on strings 1 and 2, and then you're done. And like you could just keep going, you know, like you can go. You know, something like that. Anyway, well, that's the whole video. And if you're wondering why I haven't uploaded a lot of videos like recently, it's because I moved. It's been a big pain. But now I'm in Martinsburg, West Virginia, and I'm going to walk through the town for a bit. So if you want to hang around, you can check out the town. It's like February right now, so there's no like leaves on the trees or anything. So it's going to be a lot easier for me to record videos now. So keep your eye out for the new ones. And until next time, you just keep on picking.